Gossip and reactions, Marie's take. This story would hopefully make you learn something about Google search. And when you are searching for something on Google, it's not private. If anything happened, the state, the government, anybody could go and search through your laptop, your phone, to see where you've been, what you've been doing, what were you looking for, searching and everything. So I don't know why people think, okay, let me search for this. Even in some cases where people are searching to how to get, erase their partners or how to take somebody's something away, they somehow go research it in their laptop or on their phone and thinking authorities not gonna go find out where they've been and what they've been doing. Again, it says California party moms Google search reveal in court documents. Okay. It says Los Gatos party mom Shannon O'Connor's Google search were detailed in new court documents, exposing a glimpse of her suspected motives before, during, and after she allegedly hosted alcohol sex party for underage teenagers. O'Connor has pleaded not guilty to 39 charges filed by the Santa Clara County District Attorney Office in connection to string of disturbing parties between the summer of 2020 and February 2021. The alleged victims were male and female Los Gatos high school students, including O'Connor's teenage son, prosecutors said. The DA's office is gearing up for O'Connor's preliminary hearing set to begin on November 6th. Ahead of the hearing, prosecutors filed a series of motions to the judge that contain new information about their case. O'Connor's anticipated defense and evidence of intent, including internet searches. When investigators seized O'Connor's cell phone and traced her Google search, they found search entries including Google Books with young sex-hot 16-year-old teenager girl, pretty 16-year-old girl, according to court documents obtained by KRON4. Her phone also contained multiple videos that had been downloaded from girls' social media platform, including TikTok. The videos show young girls who appear to be underage. They are dressed in revealing clothing. There is no evidence that the girls in these videos were personally known to defendant, court documents stated. This is crazy, yeah. O'Connor's 48 allegedly lured girls to her house by hosting parties and facilitated sexual encounters between boys and girls, some consensual and some non-consensual, prosecutors wrote. Victims told investigators that the party mom watched as they were sexually assaulted. Oh my goodness. Evidence admitted at preliminary hearing will show offenses alleged above were committed by defendant as a result of sexual compulsion and for the purpose of sexual gratification, Deputy District Attorney Rebecca Rice wrote. O'Connor had an MO that she carried out for months. Court documents stated, according to Rice, O'Connor helped minors sneak out of their homes in the middle of the night without their parents' knowledge. She would communicate via Snapchat or text message, pick them up, and drive them to her home. She got the children under her care, so drunk that many children would vomit, be unable to stand, and even lose consciousness. She urged them to engage in sexual activity with each other. She's a sick mind. She's a sick mind. It doesn't get any crazier than that. Some of the parties were thrown at the party mom's Los Gatos mansion when her husband was not home. You see that? She a sick mind. Others were organized at Airbnb and Lake Tahoe in Santa Cruz. O'Connor was very opinionated about girls that were allowed to attend her parties. Prosecutors wrote she would reject girls as guests by saying they weren't pretty enough or didn't put out. Jesus Christ. Court documents state the mother risked the well-being of minors for her own sexual gratification, investigators said. On December 19, 2020, John Doe, too, suffered a concussion during a night of drinking with O'Connor and other teens inside the Los Gatos mansion. At one point, O'Connor drove the group of teens to Los Gatos High School. John Doe was hanging onto the back of O'Connor's SUV in the high school parking lot when he fell and was knocked unconscious for 30 seconds. A worried bystander called 911 when Los Gatos police officers found the SUV. The party mom convinced them that she had the situation under control and that she would take the teens home. Defendant instructed John Doe 1 and John Doe 2 to lie to the parent about what occurred that night, Rise wrote. Afterwards, O'Connor phone contained Google search including what to do for a concussion and a teenager in cracked skull. My goodness, take them to the emergency room. Are you serious? Prosecutors said O'Connor's husband, Robert Amaral, was completely unaware of his wife's parties. Amaral reportedly filed for divorce earlier this year. During an emotional hearing held in April, victims stood up in the courtroom and told the judge personal stories about how O'Connor's impacted them. One girl, Jean Doe 8, told the judge, "This woman tore my life apart. I have suffered and had to deal with the reputation of being the girl that got the R word. I will live my high school years with this cloud over me." John Doe 8 said, "Shannon doesn't have a conscience. She is a con artist. I will never have the life I once had, and neither should she." Jen Doe 9 told the judge that she has nightmares. The girl said she is a manipulator and a narcissist. She continues to show sign of no remorse. Okay, let me see. After this paragraph, I'm going to leave it alone and give you my opinion on how I feel about the whole thing. Once O'Connor realized that Los Gatos police had begun investigating her in 2020 for suspected criminal acts, she fled with her sons out of California and moved to Eagle, Idaho, investigators said. After she moved to Idaho, she Googled questions about law against providing minors with alcohol, arrest warrant, and statute of limitations. Court records show O'Connor's typed in internet searching for "Can I get prosecuted in California if I live in Idaho? How do I know if there is a warrant for my arrest? Supplying alcohol to minors in private home and statute of limitation, California," according to the court documents. She actually give herself to the police officers. She told on herself what she's done to these kids by searching all these things on Google. I don't know what she's thinking. Is she gonna be the only one that see those things? Like, this is dumb, and she deserves whatever coming for her. When she was arrested in October 2021, police officers said they found O'Connor's in her new Idaho home with 12 underage teenagers who had slept over the night before. Come on. So she left one state, go to another one to do the same thing. Like, she did not learn anything. Not long after she was booked into Santa Clara County Jail, O'Connor called the 15-year-old son from jail and instructed him to not cooperate with investigators, according to court documents. Prosecutors want to block media cameras from the courtroom. The Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office filed motion in limine on August 14, asking the judge to set rules for the preliminary hearing. One of the motion urged the judge to bar all media cameras from the courtroom. Why should we save somebody like that from the media? She's no good. She did what she did. She got to pay for it, and she should have some kind of shame by everybody seeing her face, seeing what she looks like, because she's not the only one doing that. I'm sure there is more clowns out there doing that. If not, they're going to be following her footsteps doing it. So she needs to be out there. Her face needs to be out there in the media so our people can see what's going to happen to her for doing something like that to underage kids, so they don't keep up with the same crap. A second motion requests a therapy dog named Percy to sit next to victims while they testify on the stand. All 15 of the alleged victims in the case are minors, prosecutors wrote, and some of teens are requesting Percy for comfort while they testify about traumatizing events. Prosecutors filed a third motion to include evidence related to additional conduct, events, and patterns that did not result in charges. The uncharged incident make it clear that defendants' actions were not a mistake or accident, Rice wrote. Prosecutors anticipate that defendant will claim that at least some of the charged incidents were accidents. O'Connor's engaged in the same conduct over and over again, even after seeing the consequence, Rice wrote. Again, guys, this is disgusting, outrageous. And my thing is to those kids, you're not a baby. You know better. You're going to let this woman take you from your parents' house. If it happened the first time you didn't know, I can understand. Okay, blindsided. It keep on happening over and over. Come on, you have an idea what is going to happen, okay? O'Connor's defense team will likely try to argue that she believes sexual contact between the teenagers was consensual. Court documents stated, in order to combat this argument, it is necessary to put on evidence of how many times defendants saw children being sexually abused and still continue to encourage the assault, Rice wrote. O'Connor remains behind bar. This is where she belongs. In Elwood Correctional Facility with no bail, she is facing charges including endangering the health of a child, sexual battery, annoying or molesting a child endangerment, and furnishing alcohol to a person under 21. Her preliminary hearing is set to begin at 9 a.m. on November 6 in Courtroom Department 39 of the Santa Clara County Hall of Justice. Again, guys, what can we learn from this story? Talk to our kids. In this case, it was sexual activities. It could have been drugs. It could have been anything else. And if we let our kids know from young age, not to deal with a certain people, not to say yes to a stranger or somebody you know about doing a certain things, all these kids 15 or more should not have gotten in this kind of situation. If you're 10 years old, with all the respect, that's my opinion, you know when somebody's going to hurt you. And if you're 15, you know way more what can happen to you sexually. You know about your body. And if somebody touched you unwanted, unwillingly, the first time it happened, not even second time, the first time it happened, you were not happy with the act, with what's going on. Let your parents know you're going to be in trouble, but at least you know, call the police. Something could have been done, and it would not gonna, the party was not gonna keep on going. And for this woman, shame on you as a mother of a 15-year-old yourself doing stuff like that. Your husband was not aware. You have too much time in your hand. Those housewives don't have nothing to do, don't have none to worry about. Now she find a hobby, bringing young teenagers home, have them get involved in some kind of sexual act. I mean, you know what I asked myself as an immigrant from Haiti? There was a certain story I heard that happened here in America. I asked myself, where have those people been? Because if you're here in America, anything you do, you will pay for it. Whether it's a decade, it's a day, it's a month, hours. If authorities are aware you are in trouble, you'll be in trouble. Something is going to happen to you. Google search, phone, anything you do, it is there. They can even find the last minute where you were. Through your phone signal, where, in what area, what state, what street you were in, they can find everything. How dumb and stupid can somebody be searching information online? Actually tell the police what you've done and what kind of crime to charge you with, because you already searching what can happen to you if they found out what you were doing. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and I hope you can learn something from it. If you have small kids, talk to them. Don't let people take advantage of them, because they're gonna have to live with the consequences for a long time. Subscribe, let me know how you feel. Bye.